Oops. Oh, didn't know it was recording. Well, since it's recording, how you guys doing? Mike Gross here, rockinguitarlessons.com. And this is a tutorial, an invite of sorts, to let you know that I do teach guitar and bass on Skype, if that's something you're interested in. One-on-one instruction. I do offer group lessons. However, I will say that the one-on-one really works the best because it's undivided. I do have 2 group sessions now that I do, and it's you don't get as much done. It's really nice to have the one-on-one. You just get more, but you know, to each his own. Really, who am I to say, right? Also, my wife Jolene, she offers vocal lessons on Skype as well, and I've been teaching, for those of you that don't know, a long time, man. Talk about feeling old. Started teaching as a young pup in about 92, and taught through geez, I've seen stores open, I've seen stores close, I've seen new ones open, I've seen old ones reopen, and actually now I currently don't teach in any stores because I'm so busy teaching on Skype. That's the way I do it now, and you know, doing my free YouTube content, of course, and keeping my website going that launched, I guess it's been about a year now. We're in 2015 and it launched kind of early 2014. rockinguitarlessons.com. Be sure to go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. There's some free stuff on there for you. And just, yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think. It was a long road, and it's still, you know, it's a journey. It's a never-ending process because it's always new content and new members. And when I get new members, I really like to keep my members involved, so I get emails daily on ideas of what they would like for the lesson of the week and all that good stuff. But anyways, that's another story. As far as the teaching on Skype, I'll give you a basic rundown. I have a tutorial on my website as well as several of them. I like to put them up every, I don't know, 3-4 weeks just to keep the word out. But that's what I do. The pricing, kind of, it works different ways. Typically, actually not typically, the way it's done is you get a set day, set time each week. That's 99% of the time. I do have a few students that have, you know, their schedules, they just can't pin down a set day, set time for various reasons, you know, truck driving or this and that, and just have to catch it when they can. But the best way to do it is get your set day, set time every week. I'm in California, so we may have a time zone difference, and I do teach around the world, not just California, but I'm talking Canada, Sweden, England, all over the place. And I love it. I love it. And you capture that personal vibe, but you get that out of the comfort of, you know, your own home or a studio. Or I have students that take lessons on their lunch break. All you need is Skype, a webcam, and you got to add me on Skype, of course. My Skype contact, I may as well say it, since we're doing this tutorial, it's Rockin Guitar Lessons. Go figure, who would have thought that would be my Skype contact name, Rockin Guitar Lessons. Why? You know? One thing, it's ROCKIN Guitar Lessons. I just recently did a pick review for a company called Dragon's Heart Guitar Picks. And actually they're right here, by the way. Real interesting picks, pretty cool. But they had checked out the tutorial and liked it, and we're talking about it, but they said, check Mike out, Rocking Guitar Lessons, which would make sense, but you know, I don't have the double G in there. It's rockin', as in a slang. So, but yeah, anyways, I said all that to say, you would need to add me on Skype. Another thing that's going to be handy to have is my email, which is mike@rockinguitarlessons.com. Go figure, once again. Once we get you set up on a day and a time that works, I have all my Skype students have my cell number. It's just a good thing to do because not everyone's sitting in front of their email 24/7. So, but basically, once we get you set up on a day and a time, you make the payment. You don't have to make it as long as it's made before your lesson. That's all that matters. The price breakdown, I'm not going to give all that here. Basically, it's $59 an hour, $39 for half an hour, and then if you pay for the month, being 4 weeks, you get a discount of I think it's $36 by paying for the month. It's the better route to go. You save quite a bit of money, but that call is up to you. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's your time slot. So I mean, if you're paying per week, all I ask is that you just be consistent with it, because a lot of times what I do is I'll have someone say you're doing an hour on the first Monday from 2 to 3 California time, and you want to take 2 hours in the month. Well, you can do a half hour every week, or I do have, actually it seems like half of my students like to have 2 weeks to practice, so a lot of times they will do the hour 2 to 3, and then I'll set them up on the third Monday. So they would have the first and third Monday, and then what I end up doing over time is put someone in on the off weeks, week 2 and week 4, same time. My schedule's getting kind of hectic. It's actually been kind of hectic, so getting a time spot and keeping it, and remembering it is really the route to go with it. As far as things, Jolene is a little more flexible. She doesn't have as many students on vocals, but for guitar and bass, I do have a lot of students, and it's been like that, like I said, for a while. So, best thing to do is give me, when you contact me about lessons, is give me a few, possibilities. Monday, California time, blankety blank to blankety blank, and then Wednesday, just give me a few more. The more options, the better. And because usually people that contact me are looking to get going and get started, so we can avoid the back and forth. If you're going to be one of my students, like I said, you'll have my cell number, so we can just text and set it up that way. Payments are made to my PayPal account. It's not through my website, rockinguitarlessons.com. I've had a few issues with people going, actually a couple times people paid for what they thought was going to be private lessons with me, and they actually joined the website. And I could see how that can happen. But my teaching, the way it's set up privately on Skype, although the information is on my website, the tutorial and all the written stuff that explains the inner workings of how lessons work is on the website, but the payment is through PayPal, and it's a PayPal account I've just had for years. I mean, since I was in my band, the Velmafix, many years ago. So you go to paypal.com, make a payment, and you can actually make the payment using my email, which just happens to be an email that I had, which is tvxpunk@aol.com. And but I'll give you all that information. Don't get that email confused with my my current email, because that email is only used for my students to make payments for on Skype. I really don't use it, and occasionally I'll run through my AOL email and check just to see, and once in a while there's some messages in there. It's really not the way to contact me. Contact me, Mike@rockinguitarlessons.com. As far as things, styles and levels, we can cover it all. I teach beginner on up to advanced, and everywhere in between. As far as the curriculum that we're working on, I'm very, very flexible with my teaching. It seems like a lot of my students, we wind up breaking down songs and getting them right, because you already know you can go to YouTube and type in, how to play this song or that song, and you'll get 50 different ways of people saying this is how it goes. Sometimes people don't even check the tunings. And matter of fact, when I first opened my YouTube channel I guess it's going on 3 years now, my first probably 15 lessons, because it was new to me, I didn't know. I knew how to play and play the parts, but I kept everything at standard tuning. Long story short, floating tremolo, all that stuff. So, but after that I started really zoning in, getting the tunings right, all that stuff. So it's important, and to get familiar with alternate tunings, because there's a good chance, no matter what style of music you like, that it's not always going to be in standard, which is E, A, D, G, B, E. There's lots of alternate tunings out there. A lot of the 80s bands would tune what's called flat, which is a half step down. Every string is the equivalent of a half step lower. Even like Motley Crue, they would tune what's called double flat, which is every string is a whole step lower, 2 half steps. So you got to know that stuff. Most people don't know how to determine it. I do. I'm a trained professional. It's funny because people ask, how do you do that? I don't know, man. Don't ask me to fix my car, though, or when the toilet breaks or the sink, because I can't. But I can do music. It's my passion. It's not a chore to me. You know, it's fun work for me. And so we can break down. That's one route we can go, is dissecting songs and getting the rhythms right, subgrouping everything, and I can help you with how to subgroup all the parts together to where you learn them efficiently, the correct way, all that good stuff. Then we can do the same thing with solos, which we're really going to be using a lot of what I call rock and block subgrouping, keyword subgrouping, taking small pieces and building them together. I can watch you play, I can see you play, I can see where your fret hand is, I can see where your pick hand is or your strum hand, to see what you're doing. And that's what's important about having the interactive lessons. Trust me, it's very, very important. We can work on, that's just one option, you know. Technique is another thing that I'll work with a lot on students. Of course, covering the basics in a fun way, though, you know, not like, all right, here's the 7 major chords, and, you know, just work on it, get back with me. You know, there's fun ways to actually approach them and attack them to where you're not working on just memorizing the chord, but maybe you're learning a pick progression or a strum progression along the way. So that's where I come in. That's where having a private teacher is very important, and I can guide you each step of the way. So like I said, the platform is wide open as far as teaching tactics, because I'm very flexible with it. I can be very by the book too, but I pretty much, I mean, as long as I've been teaching, I know what's effective, and you have to know your student a little bit. Students got to be comfortable with me as their teacher, and when you get that chemistry together, it's a more comfortable learning platform. So anyways, I can talk all day about it. They're fun too, but it's just really a good way to learn. Of course, you can pick stuff up. Why can't I say that? I was going to say stuff off. What's a stuff off? I'm a stuff buff, man. I'm just kidding. But there's stuff you can get for free, and there's, you know, book material that you can use. You really want to be like a sponge and learn from as many sources as you can. Finding a buddy that plays that's a little better than you, at least, is a good thing, because it'll give you someone to glean from, you know. You're never going to totally be at the top with this, so you got to find that happy medium to where you got the drive. You got to put in the practice time, of course. You know, if you're going to pay for lessons and you're not going to pick up your guitar except on the day of the lesson, you know, I'll tell you straight up, I'd rather you not take lessons. I mean, I want to teach people that want to learn. If you have that desire, I can get you places with it. But for the most part, my students are all really good. I mean, when you're paying for something, you know, most people realize, you know, I want to benefit from this the most that I humanly can, you know. So that's it. If you want to read up more on them, I suggest you go to my website, rockinguitarlessons.com. That's ROCKIN, guitarlessons.com, and you can watch the tutorial there. But more importantly, you can read up on them, and you'll have the price breakdown and see how it all works. And of course, check out the website. Fill out the contact information while you're there. It'll only take you a second. And we do email newsletters once a month, and that just lets you know what's going on here at rockinguitarlessons.com. So anyways, I'm kind of cold out here. I think I'm going to go vacate RGL Studios into the comfort of my home, which is cold too, but it's a little warmer, and get this tutorial out to you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you YouTube subscribers. You guys have been awesome. It's been one heck of a ride, man. I mean, the doors that have opened up are just unbelievable, and I've met some good friends. Who would have thought? Because before I started this channel, I wasn't a computer dude at all, and you know, a realist mindset. You can't make a friend on the internet. Come on, what are you talking about? You got to be out there. Totally not true. Some of my best buds I've met, you know, teaching. So hit me up if you're interested. You got all the information enough here to know how to contact me and all that good stuff. And you know, take your time, have fun, enjoy the journey. Don't rush the journey. Enjoy it. It's a trip that doesn't end. and it should be fulfilling as you go. All right, peace. See you guys later.